Guys, it's the final installation of our Japan and Korea tour series. I can't believe it's coming to a close, but we have a rather exciting vlog for you guys today. We're heading to a park that I'm sure almost all of you have never heard of, and it's called Hokkaido, Greenland. I know I've said that about a lot of parks on this trip, but I feel like especially this one. This is a place that I didn't even have on my radar, but because we were planning to come to the island of Hokkaido in the north of Japan for Risutsu Resort, we noticed this park was also in the area that we may as well visit. They have 4 roller coasters here, including Go On, or if you remove the dash, Goon, which is supposed to be one of the best jet coasters in Japan. For this one, instead of taking a 2-hour bus from the biggest city on Hokkaido, Sapporo, into the mountains to get to Risutsu, we're taking a 1-hour bus in the opposite direction, facing away from the mountains, heading further into the valley, and this is for Hokkaido, Greenland, of course, which opened in 1986. So we're coming at you from Sapporo. It's our last full day in Japan, which is so surreal to say. We've been here for so long, it's starting to feel like home at this point.
We've definitely been here for a long time. I'm really excited for Greenland, actually. This place seems to have some cool rides. Based on the POVs and few friends I have that have ridden Go On, or as Mark said, Goon, I do think this will be interesting. This could be a sleeper hit park like Mitsui Greenland, where it doesn't look particularly amazing, but we could really end up liking it. So I'm very intrigued to see what it has to offer. I'm not expecting much, but who knows, maybe we'll be surprised.
How are the emotions at the end of the trip?
It's always a mixed bag when we get to the end of these, because I am tired and ready to go home and kind of get back to a schedule and get all this content created and whatever. But man, these trips are fun, you know? We're not home. We're out cruising and exploring and doing what everyone tells us to do, which is go travel. So it's always a mixed bag of emotions for sure.
I'll always feel so fortunate that at such a young age I'm able to travel the world like this. I'm in Japan. That's unbelievable to me. And I know I'm gonna watch this video and all the others from this trip 20 years out in the future, 50 years out in the future, whatever it is, and remember this so fondly, all the memories. But we'll get to the sappy stuff at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Hokkaido, Greenland. Let's head over to the bus terminal. Look at this awesome shrine that we're walking by in Sapporo.
Actually, I think this is a temple, not even a shrine.
It's a temple.
I think it's a temple.
This city's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, so far I really enjoyed Sapporo. I love this area. This island in northern Japan is so cool too from what we've seen.
Also, another funny thing about today, since we only have 1 day left of the trip, Josiah and I have officially run out of cash. We have no Japanese yen left. I don't have a physical card at all on this trip because I lost it a few trips back. And I've been gone from home so much that I haven't been able to get a replacement. So there's one waiting for me at home. But on this trip, I've been screwed. Josiah has simply reached his withdrawal limit from this trip.
I don't know how much money we pulled off my card, but between the whole group, my card hit the limit, and we tried to pull out of an ATM yesterday, and it literally just rejected our card. We tried like at 3 different ATMs.
I think we have just enough to catch our bus to the park. No joke, the bus is arriving in 5 minutes. This Finnish woman was able to spare 1,000 yen, which we very much appreciate. We would be so boned otherwise. We made it to our destination, sort of. We told the driver to let us off a few stops early because we don't even have money to take a taxi, Uber, secondary bus to the park. So instead, we're gonna walk the 25 or so minutes to the park, which is a piece of cake. And also, may as well take advantage of our location. Look where we are. It's pretty cool.
It is windy.
Yeah.
This is the best temperature we've had all trip. It's amazing. It's
Hokkaido is so nice.
I would say right now it's probably 75 Fahrenheit. So
no sun either.
No sun. It's great. This is so good.
We made it to the entrance and we are here at Hokkaido, Greenland. There goes Go On. You can see it running at the top of the hill there. Huge Ferris wheel too. As far as I know, this is the same owners as the other Greenland we went to. That said, this is easily the smaller of the 2 parks. There's no question about it. So I'm also expecting it to be maybe a little bit more affordable. We'll see. 5,300 Japanese yen for entry, which is about $35 US. Pretty good deal if I do say so myself. Definitely so far, it reminds me of the other Greenland, but just on a smaller scale. There's definitely a lot of green space and a lot of colors throughout the park with all their rides. Right now we're just walking up this hill to get to Go On. Even though it said it was going to be cloudy with no rain all day, it looks like there's some storms in the area that could screw us a little bit. And the park closes at 4 p.m. today, or 16 o'clock. We're here at around noon, so we only have a few hours, which should in theory be okay, assuming we get on the big 2 coasters right away. As we approach Go On, I'll tell you guys a little bit about this ride. It opened originally in 1986 with the park. It's one of those Maisho jet coasters, so we've done quite a few of them on this trip. Although on this one, the drops are actually quite steep, so I've heard this ride has some seriously great airtime. That makes it definitely the park standout coaster. It's the one we were most excited for, and actually it was one of my most anticipated coasters on the Japan portion of the trip. So I'm looking forward to Go On. That should be a lot of fun. I haven't heard many people talk about it before. Bro, next one's on and the ride closes because of rain in the area. Are you kidding me? Fortunately, it's only supposed to last about 10-15 minutes, but that is so annoying. Either way, we got the front row and filming permissions when we're ready to go. And he's letting us get pictures with the train, which is pretty cool. To pass the time, I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Josiah hasn't either. I am gonna get a crepe. The healthiest meal for an American. Food. Rain has officially passed. The really cool ride-up who we were talking to earlier is now drying off the drive tires that break the coaster. So momentarily, we should be getting our first rides. Up the 100-foot tall lift hill on Go On. It's a pretty big jet coaster. It's about the same height as Maverick at Cedar Point. You love to see those views as well. Park is in a really nice location. Even though it is mostly flat around us, it's very gorgeous. There's one hill in the middle of this layout I'm particularly excited for. It makes a sound reminiscent of El Toro at Great Adventure, like the fart sound it makes.
Bruh.
Oh boy, here we go and Go On.
Beautiful.
For all these years.
Go on. Woo! Whoa! Whoa!
There we go.
Whoa! 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 So fun. Whoa! It's very smooth too. Whoa! Oh, here it is! Oh!
There it is.
Woo! Oh, nice! Woo! This is fun, dude! What are we doing? Oh! That is awesome! Oh! It just gets better and better!
Here it goes.
Woo! Wow! Yeah! Oh! Oh! Yeah! Wow! And into the brakes! Yeah! Oh, the drag tires! Woo! That was awesome! That was so awesome, but before we give a more thorough review, we're gonna hop into the back row and get you guys a rider cam POV because I think that's gonna have some sweet airtime back there. We are climbing up the lift hill, back row on Go On. Also, shout out to the ride operators for allowing a ton of room on this thing. That is absolutely ridiculous. It is an airtime ride, so you want your room on this one. Whoa! Oh! Let's go! Whoa! Oh, that's fun! Two rides later on Go On, and that thing is awesome. That is definitely a sleeper hit of the trip. We did it once in the very front, once second to back, which is my favorite seat on most coasters because you get the sensations offered by the back row while also having a little bit more leg room. And I will say that much about this coaster. You can tell it's a my show because the amount of leg room is abysmal. It's really, really tight in there, just like Big Boom at Nassau Highland. Especially it's obnoxious because that has a lot of airtime. It's actually a lot more airtime than either of us, I think, expected. Some of those drops are really good in the front, getting pushed over them, and then in the back row getting whipped down them. The other thing that surprised me about that, it's so smooth for a jet coaster by My Show. My Show definitely does the best jets for sure. And I don't know if it's the weather today, but I had a really good sense of speed. I don't know if this atmosphere just accentuates that, but truly, I thought my face was being ripped apart. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I was very impressed in the back row with the airtime. Yeah, the most reminiscent coaster of this trip so far is definitely Big Boom. This just feels like Big Boom without the loop and the absurd drop. Everything else is relatively the same, if not better than Big Boom. The airtime is pretty freaking cool. The layout's interesting. It also holds its speed really well. The final helix has really fun laterals too. It's not banked very hard. Great ride for me. Loved it.
Just like the other Greenland, this park has a massive Ferris wheel. It's actually the biggest in Hokkaido at 278 feet tall. That is unbelievable. Definitely gonna do that later. Hokkaido Greenland also has one other thrill coaster. It's up next, called Dragon King. This is a Senyo Kyogyo looping coaster. It follows basically the same layout as one of those aerodynamics loopers with the loop and then the two corkscrews. But it's definitely interesting riding one from a pretty obscure and elusive roller coaster manufacturer that you can only find here in Japan. It opened at the park in 1986, and judging by other coasters from this company that we've done on this trip, I don't think this will be a very good ride. That being said, Josiah and I are obsessed with the color scheme. I love the dark red on black. It looks amazing. Dragon King. I think this is gonna be pretty awful. This could really end up beating us up. Views are nice going up the lift hill though. Go on was so awesome.
This thing looks really weird and beat up. Probably gonna beat us up too.
Oh, I never get tired of hearing Josiah's intros.
We have 3 inversions to look forward to.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
This isn't even a drop, it's a ramp.
Oh my gosh.
What is that? Oh, this is terrible.
Oh no. Oh, it's smooth.
The corkscrews aren't bad at all. Oh,
Hey.
the rest was awful. The corkscrews were fine.
Yeah, look.
Whew, what a pile of garbage that was. Pretty abysmal ride. It definitely rode like Black Hole 2000 at Seoulland in South Korea, which was also from the same manufacturer, and that was one of the worst looping coasters I'd ever done. I wouldn't quite go that far for this because it's a short layout, which makes it bearable, but it definitely tracked similarly, and it was bad.
Just another looper. I didn't find it atrocious. I didn't find it great. The one redeeming thing is I think Senyo actually did pretty good on the corkscrew. They ripped off Arrow's design and they actually managed to make it just as good, if not better than some of the Arrow corkscrews I've done. So I'll give them that much. But otherwise, the ride itself is just kind of a pile sitting here.
I also do like the structure of the loop. It's kind of cool. It reminds me of an aerodynamic shuttle loop coaster. 2 more coasters to get on here. This is the Wani Wani coaster. That's literally the name of it. I kid you not. Opened in 1996. It's a Maisho coaster once again, and this one in particular is a kiddie coaster. What are we doing in this tarp? There's a tunnel enclosing the lift hill, and I could easily touch the top. Also, look at this profiling. What are we about to experience? This track type is so weird. Oh God. It's not fast enough to do much damage, but it's definitely a peculiar ride. Look at these bunny hills coming up, dude. Give us some sweet ejector air time. Ready? Whoa! It's kind of fun, actually, and it's a smooth ride. My show is kind of cooking. Whoa! And that's it. Back into the station. I actually thought that was kind of cool for a super tame kids coaster. I don't know, it was fun. Definitely never done something exactly like that before. And now we have one last roller coaster. It might be the most unique of all of them in the park. There's a lot more to this tiny little red coaster than what first meets the eye. This is called Taroko or Taroko coaster. I'm not exactly sure. Opened in 1996, and I read that this uses a conveyor belt-like system as a lift hill rather than a traditional chain. It was also manufactured by Takashi Kikai Sangyo, and it's the only coaster that company ever built. This is why I go on these trips. I find rides like this so interesting, and additionally they intertwined it with a log flume, so we might give that a spin afterwards as well. I just find their use of space really interesting here, especially because this park has plenty of it, so I'm not exactly sure why they even did that.
Look at this.
It's a conveyor belt.
It's so weird.
What? And we're parallel with the log flume right now. I'm not kidding. I think this might be one of the most unique coasters I've ever been on.
Very bizarre.
Now the question is it going to be any good? Yeah, I'm gonna guess probably not, but I'm not sure. They really crammed this in here though. Just some small dips. Whoa. All right. What is that? Is that a mid-course brake run as a conveyor belt?
Whoa, yeah, is it?
Oh my gosh. What did it do just now?
Brake run, it just screeches across the conveyor belt. How often do they have to replace those? Jeez.
And the final brake run is also a conveyor belt.
And this guy operating behind is so cool.
Oh my gosh, it's like bouncing.
Thank you. He said arigato, I love it. Good.
Hey. The ride-up demanded that we go to the back row. He would not let us leave.
Thank you, yeah, okay.
What is life? Totally forgot to mention too, you're riding in like these mine cars, and they're wobbling too, but I don't think that's intentional. Whoa!
Oh!
Okay.
That's why he wants us in the back.
Yeah, that was actually kind of fun.
Whoa! Oh! What is it doing? That track tie has like rubber bands holding it to the rails. It's like taped to the spine.
Whoa! Well, on one hand, it was actually a fun little coaster, but on the other hand, so bizarre, and the ride operator was hilarious. He just kept demanding that we go to the back row, and now he's telling us we need to ride the airplane ride. I don't exactly know what that entails, but we'll do it. Thank you. So this is already sketchy, and we haven't even started. Josiah, bounce the thing. Look at it go. I can feel the bounce from here. Also, there's a joystick. I think this controls whether you go up or down, and then there's a button on it, and that I don't know.
I don't know what the button does, but the stick moves us. He just showed me. He said up and down. I don't know what the red button is though.
I don't like the sounds this is making so far. I also don't like how we're being held up by this little arm. So if I move it down, then it goes up, and if I move it up, then it goes down? I do not know what the button does. I'm finally taller than Josiah.
Look, he's proud of me.
Hey!
Oh, the ride cycle ended, dang it.
That was one weird flat ride. Fun memories riding all this crap. Let's do this flume. This looks like a fun layout, actually. I think it'll be worth it for some of the views it provides. This is one sketchy looking log flume. We got one lift hill and then I think a second lift hill after a little meandery bit and then a big drop at the end. And that's pretty much the whole layout, but figured may as well. Also, Josiah and I feel like this park is just sketchy, like it's creepy almost. Like, what is this? The whole place feels like it's in neglect. There's no one here. I don't know what it is. And maybe it's the dreary weather that adds as well, but it's a bizarre vibe. Oh, wow. Why would they build these so close together? I'm genuinely confused. We're dueling though, that's kind of cool. Look at that conveyor belt thing. That is so interesting.
What in the world?
There's Dragon King, pile of crap, and then go on back there. And we still have to get on that wheel as well. Let's send it. Woo!
Let's go.
Oh no! Oh! What? Oh! Oh, beautiful amount of water. That was perfect. That was kind of cool. I like that. This is the very last food dash of the trip where we try different drinks from vending machines in Japan. This is a cherry drink that we have not tried yet. We used the last of our coins to get this for the entire trip.
Tastes like medicine.
Oh, does it?
It's not bad.
That's a taste that I actually like.
Medicine?
No, I didn't say that. I think it's pretty good.
It's all right. We're not drinking anything or eating anything else till we get back to Sapporo. So,
We don't have enough money.
Yeah, we're literally out of cash. We have one ticket back on the bus because we bought a round trip this morning, and now we're fried.
So we've made our return to this Ferris wheel. Look at how high that thing goes. It never ends. Oh my gosh. Gonna run this real quick and then maybe another lap on Go On off camera. And that'll be it from Hokkaido, Greenland.
Park's pretty dead. Let's go up the parking lot. There's literally nobody here, dude.
That's
I feel bad.
insane, yeah.
I feel bad.
It is a Monday right now, so it's not the weekend, nor is it their peak summer season anymore. That actually ended yesterday at Rositsu Resort, and I assume the same here. So it's now their off-peak season, and additionally, it was a pretty dreary day until now. The sun is now out, but before it was drizzling and pretty cloudy and nasty. I thought it was nice. I really like the cooler temperatures because this whole trip we've been scorched alive. But yeah, there's just no one here, and it's kind of depressing, honestly. It leaves this park with very little atmosphere. Not that it would have much to begin with because there's no music here. I don't know why they don't believe in audio in this park. But I am glad we're doing this wheel. This is very impressive. That structure's insane. Yep, we are done with this travel life. Mentally, I want to keep going. This has been like one of the most exciting and fun trips in my life, and I love discovering these parks that we know so little about every single day. But physically, our bodies cannot take this anymore. It is a lot. Oh no, it just started aggressively shaking, bro. What?
It's really windy up here. I didn't think about that, but it is extremely windy up here. Okay.
Why did the door just make that sound? What was that? This is definitely the best jet coaster because look at how it tears through the track. It is so fast. Wow. Aside from the bizarre noises that was making, I thought it was an amazing Ferris wheel. The views were incredible looking out into the valley and then back towards the hills and mountains as well. So we're gonna get one last ride on Go On and then we'll conclude the video from there. But definitely glad, but also confused to have visited this park. We just got one hell of a back row ride on Go On. That thing is incredible back there. It's definitely one of the most underrated coasters of the tour. That being said, we're walking away from this park kind of confused. It's weird. It's so bizarre. More so than the other Greenland we went to, and it's definitely not nearly as good either. We actually walked away from that Greenland with a pretty positive impression. No one here, no atmosphere whatsoever. It seems like it's a neglect. Look at how busted up this all is. We've been walking on this the whole time. It's disgusting. It feels like a fair that became an amusement park over time, and not necessarily in a good way. You know, fairs have that reputation for being a little bit run down sometimes. Wouldn't say I entirely recommend this park, but if you're in the area and you're already going to Rositsu, you may as well because Go On is really good.
The park was fine. I'm not a huge fan myself. Go On's really cool. The staff here was great. They were super sweet. But besides that, the park's, it's just sad. I just feel really bad for them. I hope it gets busier in summer days and we're just seeing it on an off day, but I really don't know what else to think about this park. Worth coming out for sure, regardless.
Yeah, coming into Japan, everyone was like, all of the parks you're gonna visit are gonna be so dead. There's gonna be no one there. And actually, I kind of disagree. I think most other parks have had that atmosphere. This is kind of one of the first examples of a Japanese park we've been to that has been very desolate, but it makes sense. It's also in a pretty weird location in the middle of nowhere. There are some towns nearby, but I can't imagine there's any huge population centers outside of Sapporo. But in any case, that's been it from the trip. That's it. That's insane. Thank you all so much for sticking with me and all the support. There's no way I'd be able to do any of what I do without it. This is definitely going to be a bittersweet outro, because listen, I look forward to these trips for months on end, sometimes years on end, and then they come and they go, and I'm left with these incredible memories that I will cherish for the rest of my life. This trip especially for me, I don't know what it was, but it was so much fun. I think because I've gotten so used to Europe and American parks and travel at large that Japan and Korea brought something completely new to the table for me. And fun fact, my first international trip I was ever gonna go on was actually going to be Japan and Korea before we switched it out for Europe. And that's because COVID-19 regulations got in the way of that plan. And so I'm glad things went the way they did. I think Europe was a great way to get me into international travel. But now that I've been here, I mean, this place is something special. I really, really love these countries. It's a completely different culture. It is wildly different from America. And adapting to that culture change was something that I will always appreciate. It opens your eyes so much. And I can't wait to continue traveling Asia in the future.
Yeah, I agree. These trips are always a lot of fun, really good memories. I really did like this trip a lot. No complaints at all. We did a lot. We had a great time. We had a great crew. The coasters were fantastic. The parks were amazing. Everything went pretty much according to plan. So definitely will be a memorable one. I'm really excited to look back on this in the years to come, and hopefully we'll get over here again to do some new rides whenever new stuff starts to open. There's a lot of good attractions coming to these parks that I think will be worth revisiting one day.
And there will be lots more international travel in the future. Josiah and I already have quite a few trips planned that have not been announced.
Correct, yeah, something's coming up very soon.
So I'm super stoked about that. And then also I want to reiterate his point about how lucky we were with ride availability this trip, because going into Japan and Korea, I was under the impression that because they don't necessarily have a peak visitation period at these parks, there would be stuff that was going to be closed. And going in, we knew about Thunder Dolphin at Tokyo Dome City, and we knew about Regina 2 at Tobu Zoo. Those were the two coasters we knew for a fact we'd be missing. And then I also figured there'd be a few things sprinkled in that we would also miss. But in actuality, nothing else was closed, which was amazing. We got on every single bucket list coaster probably outside of Thunder Dolphin that I can think of. That is absolutely astounding. So this trip was a resounding success. There's absolutely no question about it. Thank you again for sticking with me, guys. And man, there it is. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.